Hi there, welcome to my channel, Freckled Mom. I'm Devin. Today is Friday, and you know what I like to do on Fridays? Flip. If you're new, welcome. And if you're returning, hey! Today I'm doing a challenge with Border Bananas, and I'm super excited because I have really enjoyed her channel since before I even started my own channel. I know, that wasn't that long ago, but I really enjoy her flips, and I'm really excited for today's challenge. Down in my description, you'll find the host's channel so you can go and check her out when you're done with my video. She has so much fun stuff and I love her channel. Make sure you follow along the playlist because there's gonna be some amazing flips today. Both items that I thrifted today, I got at my local Savers and I recorded that haul. So if you haven't checked that out, go in the description and check out that video. When you subscribe to my channel, make sure you hit the bell so that way you're notified every time I have a new video. So let's jump right into the flips. All right guys, so I got this for $4.99 at Savers, and I actually had a coupon for 20% off. And I'm going through and I'm painting the entire thing with Rust-Oleum Linen White Chalk Paint. And you see a couple different brushes there because I wanted to get in all the nooks and crannies and I wanted to really cover up that brown. I'm using a white piece of paper and I'm cutting out the shape of the glass. Now these are some dollar store rub-ons and I'm cutting out the ones I wanted to use. There were just a couple that I thought were going to be really cute for this frame. And so I just went in and used regular scissors and just cut out the pieces I want. And I just laid it out where I thought it would look nice. This is actually my first time using rub-ons, so I was super excited to try it and I loved how it came out. So if you've never used them before, they're pretty simple. You just peel off the white backing like a skin tattoo you used, when you were a kid. And you lay it down where you want it. And once you lay it down, that's where you're going to keep it. You can't peel it back up. I mean, at least I don't think you can. And I made sure it fit. And now I'm going through with my Cricut little tool and I'm just going to rub everything down really good. My fingers don't work too well sometimes, so I use my Cricut tool to peel up the edge and I just peeled it off and that was it. It was that simple. The only one that didn't really come out that great was the K in the kinda, so I just went through after, but you'll see. And I just peel it up and it was so easy and I love how this came out. And there's where I fixed the K. I just used a Sharpie and just made another line for it. And literally, it came out so perfect. So the frame, I thought I was going to distress it and it didn't really work out that great. So I took a stamp pad and I just went over all the spots that I wanted to distress, but with the black, so if that makes any sense. And I just kept going around, and this is actually something I've been doing when I make my enamel planters. I paint it white and then I take my stamp pad and I go around the top and the bottom and the edges to give it that enamel look. So I wasn't sure if this was gonna work, but it did, and I am in love with how it came out. I think it looks super cute and it definitely has that aged distress look. And it kind of reminds me of like a French shabby chic kind of look. And I just think it is so adorable and I'm so happy I tried this. It's my fault, I messed it up and I should have treated you much better. So much better. I just need to put everything back together now. So bad, won't you come back to me? I've got you in my head, you're all that I see. How sweet did that come out? Oh my goodness. And to think I got that for $4.99 plus the 20% off coupon. And I am in love with this. And the rub-ons from the dollar store just add that perfect little detail. I love this. Now it's too late. How much do you love that frame? I am tickled pink. Actually, it's white and black, but you get the gist of it. This next flip, you're gonna see that I definitely went out of my comfort zone and I used a color that I've been trying and I've really been liking. If you guys are returning, thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. If you guys are new, again, welcome. So if you're looking for DIYs, thrift flips, and Dollar Tree crafts, you're in the right spot. So make sure that you subscribe and make sure you hit the bell. When you hit the bell, make sure you click all so that way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So let's jump right into this next flip. During that same thrift haul, I found these coasters. There's 6 coasters, and this wood was super dry, but I ended up painting it with a chalk paint and celery. And I did about 2 to 3 coats in certain spots it needed that third coat. And I did the inside, the outside, and then I go through and I use a chalk paint mineral for the coasters. I wanted it to have a little bit different color just for what I was planning on doing with it. And this again was super dry. I painted the whole thing and I did 2 coats, and then once in a while I went in for the third coat. Now this is a dollar store glass Klingon, and I loved the design, but I wasn't sure if it was gonna work. So I used a little bit of Mod Podge before adhering it, and I just think it is so pretty and it's so sweet. I love how cute that is. And then it had some other decals. I used this one right in the front, again with the Mod Podge. I'm thinking of you. I felt like the sides needed something, but I didn't really care for those butterflies, so I used rub-ons again from the dollar store, and again, I am in love with these rub-ons. And then just like before, I'm going to use my little tool, and I'm going to peel up the clear backing, and it's dry to the touch. And I do this on both sides. I was thinking of adding a little bit more, but I like the simplicity of it, so I left it. But there's room if I ever change my mind. And then I went through with my Mod Podge again. I wasn't sure how much handling we're gonna be doing with this actual holder, so I wanted to make sure it was durable. Now we're gonna do the coasters, and I had gotten these napkins from Michael's, and they were 90% off, so I got them for like 70 cents or something. And I just went through and I peeled the backing off so it was a single ply, and I cut them to shape so I wasn't wasting anything. And then I just went through with my Mod Podge again, and I'm only gonna do the cork part. I wasn't sure, because these are old thrifted items, if they were gonna be waterproof or not, and I just didn't know what to expect. So I figured just make it pretty and durable. So I laid this on and I go right around the edge and through the middle. I just use my fingers to smear out any of the wrinkles. And because it was corkboard material, you definitely did have some wrinkles, but it really wasn't that bad. And I just made sure everything was really good before I let it dry. And I go through, I do all of them. There were 6 of them. Let them dry for about 20 minutes, and then I went through and I did the top layer. Now I had a little bit of issues with these same napkins on a previous project, so I wanted to make sure that they all dried before cutting them off. And I don't know if that really was the best way, so if you have any advice on when to cut the edges off of a Mod Podge item, please let me know. Put it down in the description. So I go through with that same Cricut tool just because it was right there, and I just went along the edges and I pushed it along the edge so it would kind of rip it, but it didn't rip it all the way. So I just went over a bunch of times, and this is dry, so it wasn't really ripping. So I went in with a razor blade now And like I said, I did have some difficulty, but I think it came out so sweet, and I really love these napkins. I just think they're so pretty, and they match the rub-ons that I used. And so now I'm just gonna peel it off, and I go and I do this for all of them, but I go through and I also sand it a little bit. So I had gotten some paint on the top of that little ball. I don't even know what it is, so I just had to make sure I got all the paint off of it. And I distress the edges of the coasters, and then I just go through like a little assembly line because there's 6 of them, and I just make sure I clean off all the edges, and I am just so in love with this project. I think this project came out so adorable. I love the colors. I love the cling-ons that I used and the rub-ons that I used. It's amazing to think what it looked like before. It is night and day. Plus, it's functional. Like, I love thrifting items and making them functional and look pretty. I just love everything about this item. I think it is so pretty, and I'm so happy to have it. And I'm definitely keeping this. It is not being gifted. It is just too darling. I love it so much. And then there's Miko. Now it's too late. I know it's too late. All right, guys, that's it for the flips today. Don't forget, this is part of a playlist, so go down in my description, check out the host, Border Bananas, and also follow along the playlist. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe before heading out. I have a bunch of challenges and collaborations coming up, so you guys definitely want to make sure that you follow me on social media so that way you'll be notified upcoming dates. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook as Freckled Mom. I also have a blog I'm working on, and that's at freckledmom.com. But don't be surprised if it looks like it's under construction, because it's under construction. So thanks for hanging out today, and I hope you guys are inspired to take an unloved, unwanted piece, whether you find it in your basement, somebody gifts it to you, or you find it at a thrift store. And I hope you take that piece, give it some paint or some rub-ons or whatever, and give it some new love. I love Flippin' Fridays, and I'm excited for the weekend. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you back on Monday.
Tick tock, the clock keeps ticking. I don't know what I should